Dear viewers, our first guest for this evening is Sharfuddin Sufi, the Vice President of the Indian Muslim Association here in Kuwait. Good evening, Sharfuddin.
Very good evening to you, Rita.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you back on the show, especially that you're going to be shedding light on a very big community here in Kuwait.
Yes, my pleasure too. And thank you very much for inviting.
Thank you. So to start off, can you give us a small introduction on the Indian Muslim Association, also known as IMA?
Yeah, thank you for the question. And first of all, we would like to extend our thanks to Kuwait government and also to team of KTV-2 for providing us opportunity to give us some highlights on Indian Muslim Association. Indian Muslim Association is probably one of the largest associations in Kuwait and one of the oldest associations in Kuwait.
Yes.
We restructured ourselves in 1992 to call it as Indian Muslim Association, and since then we are doing a lot of activities. One of the very important activities which is highlighted in Kuwait is our activities under the patronage of Ministry of Awqaf and Islamic Affairs. And they are provided to conduct various educational awareness activities. And this activities is very much popular in Kuwait, and thousands of people are benefiting every week from our various kinds of discourses and lessons. Also, we conduct activities to promote peace, harmony, understanding among the Indian diaspora in Kuwait, irrespective of their religion or education or linguistic barriers and differences. So this is also, in a way benefited people to come together and to work as one community. And also we conduct several social service activities when our people are in difficulty in Kuwait. As a community, we understand our responsibility and we take care of their affairs. And whenever we have some issues in back home, like natural calamities or man-made calamities, and if some NGOs appeal for their help, we as a community living in Kuwait, and you can say to some extent affluent community living in Kuwait, we feel our responsibilities and try to help them back home in India.
That's amazing. So we can say the association is giving help to Indians here in Kuwait, but also back home for their families, just in case anything goes wrong.
Yes. This is because we feel our responsibility. We, of course, one day we are going back and we feel our responsibility towards our people living in India. So there are a lot of such opportunities. India is a huge country, and every time you get such opportunities, and there are so many NGOs working for that, and for this good humanitarian cause. All these are humanitarian cause. Whenever we feel our responsibility and we can play a bit humble role in that, we always do that.
It's amazing to be able to give back, and of course good luck with all the future work. But why was this association established to start with, and when was it established?
We were doing this kind of classes from long time before the invasion, but after the invasion we felt that it should be channelized like Indian Muslim associations. So, and especially Ministry of Awqaf, they are very much concerned that such a big diaspora is living, and Indian community has a unique features in the sense they have their own language and multiple languages, and they are living in Kuwait. So Ministry of Awqaf always feels that they should come in the ministry's banner and work something positive in Kuwait, and they should be given an opportunity to live as a community, as a Jaliyah.
Of course.
Okay, non-Arabic speaking community. So that's why we registered ourselves in Ministry of Awqaf and Islamic Affairs, and they give us this opportunity to work as a community, and this gives us a chance and opportunity to work for Indian Muslim community living in Kuwait. And meanwhile, it's not only Muslim community.
Yes.
Indian community in general. It's necessary that we have to live together like one family, and we have to promote understanding and friendship. This also necessitated that there should be such association, and we are focusing on that. This gives us opportunity here.
That's perfect. So it's not only for Muslims, as you mentioned, regardless of the name, it's open to all the Indians, I can guess, that would like to join. You said it's more of an educational society, and the activities are very much to do with education. So who can join? Is there a certain age?
Yeah, anyway, you see, Indian Muslim Association, it's anybody can welcome to join us. Okay, and mainly some of our activities which is oriented toward Islamic educations, Muslims can join us.
Of course.
And the activities which is focused on promoting friendship, harmony and cultural understanding, anyone living in Kuwait can join us. And particularly because our segment is Indian community, we welcome Indian community, because in Kuwait the good thing is the Kuwait has given opportunity for all communities to come together, join together and promote their activities, which is harmonious and which is beneficial to human beings, diaspora living in Kuwait. So anyone who is interested in our activities, you are welcome to join. We have our website, imakuwait.org, and anybody can visit our website, and if they feel comfortable to join us, they are welcome to join.
So to sign up, they just need to visit the website, and that's where they can get all the information?
All the information, yes.
Okay,
all
perfect.
The informations are available, and frequently we promote our news through the various news portals and the local dailies published in Kuwait.
Yes.
So that's how people get to know about ourselves.
Perfect. So can we talk about what IMA has done to give back to Kuwait society? You mentioned in the beginning that the society is trying to help each other within this association, also trying to send help back home if anything happens. But what is it doing in terms of the Kuwaiti society?
Very good question, Rita. We are all, alhamdulillah, living in Kuwait, and we are thankful for Kuwait for giving us a good opportunity to have a beautiful and comfortable life in Kuwait.
Yes.
And it becomes our responsibility to give back to Kuwait as well. And particularly as Indians, because we constitute largest expatriate community in Kuwait, almost more than 1 million, we can say.
Big amount.
Very big community. So it is our responsibility. And Indian community, as an Indian Muslim Association, we have conducted so many activities, particularly focusing on Kuwait society. One of the activity is contributing to the blood donations.
Okay.
We conduct this activity very often, and our volunteers take interest to join this blood donation campaign, and this is very much appreciated by the Kuwait society and particularly Ministry of Awqaf and Islamic Affairs. We also conducted several activities related to beach cleaning.
Okay.
So we call people and also our volunteer to clean the beaches, and this activity is also focused towards contributing something back to Kuwait society. And one more activity we have done is tree plantation. As you all know, as expatriate, we live for some years, 20, 25, 30 years, and one day we will go back after retirement. But make sure that we have something left behind, legacy in Kuwait. And believe me, the trees we have planted 5 years ago, 10 years ago, now it has grown big, and it is giving shade and all benefits to Kuwait society.
Yes.
As per the teachings, we believe, Islamic teachings also, there is a saying by Prophet Muhammad that Man yaghrisu gharsan aw yazra'u zar'an faya'kulu minhu at-tayru aw insanun aw bahimatun illa kana lahu bi sadaqah.
Yes.
Which means if somebody put a seed or plant a tree, then if birds or animals or human beings are benefiting from it, it will be considered as charity.
Right.
So this charity also we are giving, and a lot of people are benefit. Kuwait in society is benefiting from that. And whenever there is some kind of campaign within Kuwait, like Save Water campaign, for example, we also support this campaign, and we conduct our own campaign to save water, save electricity, and this kind of campaign. And also one more thing is Ministry of Awqaf inform us about so many issues they are concerned with. For example, they say that employees should be more dutiful and more responsible and have to have honesty. So they say promote this idea among your classes, among you and your Friday sermons. So we conduct Friday sermons on this subject and classes on this subject. So this awareness is created that every employee should be dutiful and every employee should care about environment and every human being should care about environment. So this comes sometimes as a request from Ministry of Awqaf, and we do that. And this is all giving back to Kuwait society, and we have seen that it is very much appreciated and very much recognized by Kuwait society, particularly Ministry of Awqaf and Islamic Affairs.
I think it's amazing to give back in the way that the association is, where you're really taking care of the environment when it comes to trees, even cleaning up the beaches, even when it comes to health, where you're constantly donating blood, and that could be really helpful to some people. It could save lives. So that is amazing.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So what kind of activities does IMA do, or what has it been doing during the pandemic actually?
Very important question. And pandemic was a very challenging thing for the whole world.
Yes.
Also for a Kuwait society also. And especially during the peak period of pandemic last year, from, you can say, from March to August, there was sudden lockdown declared in Kuwait. And this created a lot of problems to many society and many people in society, many families and even bachelors living in Kuwait.
A lot of people did lose their jobs. Unfortunately, the pandemic really hit the world hard, we can say.
And suddenly we saw that so many people lost their jobs and so many people didn't get their salaries.
Right.
And so many people who work for daily wages or, these kind of, they lost their money and people were deprived of money. And sometimes people have no facility to go to supermarkets, no conveyance, no cars. So this created a lot of problems in Kuwait. So we coordinated with some NGOs working in Kuwait. Many Arab and Kuwaiti NGOs also were working in Kuwait. Since we have a connection with Ministry of Awqaf, we had an opportunity to talk to these NGOs and join hands together with them to help the people in need, particularly Indian community. And irrespective of the nationality, we helped everybody. And when it comes to India also, we did not see whether he's a Muslim or non-Muslim or whatever. So we helped all of them. And also Indian Embassy in Kuwait. They initiated an activity later on in later part of the pandemic, and they organized a group called Indian Community Support Group.
Yes.
They invited all major organizations in Kuwait, and one Indian Muslim Association being one of the major organizations. We also got the invitations, and our volunteers, they were very much willing to help people who are in distress anywhere, any part of the Kuwait.
Perfect.
Like, for example, remote part of Jahra, another end is Faha Hill. Wherever people are in distress, our volunteers were very much in forefront to help through their efforts to distribute ration kits, to attend to their various kinds of needs. That was very much helpful during the pandemic. And moreover, a lot of people, of volunteers, they through their own money, their own time, their own efforts, they contributed a lot. They were ready to sacrifice themselves for the others. And they took risks also. There may be, in the pandemic, there may be spread of corona to themselves also. So they took care of themselves, and they made sure that by taking care of ourselves, we reach to the people who are in need. So this was also recognized by the Indian Embassy as well as the community living in Kuwait, especially our host nation community, Kuwaitis. They also recognized our efforts.
Of course. And I think it's amazing the work the community has done and how everyone really did come together to help everyone affected by this pandemic. So this is in terms of the pandemic activities. What about the virtual activities? Because we did go through full lockdown, we couldn't leave our houses. How was the association still staying in touch with all its members? Were there any specific virtual, we could say, meetings or activities being held?
Yes, it's a very good question. Especially during the pandemic, some people were depressed.
Of course.
And that was, a big issue. We, because it's a pandemic and we had a virtual activity, this has opened a new door. It never happened before. And we never knew that virtual activity can be so beneficial. We had an opportunity to, for example, to talk about depression. There are various kinds of experts all over the world. So we identified the experts who can talk to the people living in Kuwait about depression, for example. we conducted some programs on how to control your depression, how to have a positive attitude towards life, and how to face the pandemic, and how you can retain your health, how you can care about yourself and your family during the pandemic. And this kind of subject, people were very much concerned to know about this kind of subject. And this gives us an opportunity. Also, we talked about so many other things, like so many people lost jobs, they wanted to try something new. For example, those who are in the traveling industry and travel agents and so many other related industries.
Yes, this industry is still suffering.
Correct. They lost their jobs.
Yes.
So they wanted to jump into new avenues. So we gave them guidance how to create a new CV, how to go into the new avenues where you can work for.
Yes.
So we called experts, we gave them virtual programs, and this allowed them to learn so many things. Also, we talked about how to have your own business. And entrepreneurship also, we conducted a couple of, and startup ventures, we conducted a couple of programs about entrepreneurship. And we also conducted some programs where you can do business through online.
Yes.
Okay, there is online portal available. You can do business wherever you are through the online portal. So this is a huge opportunity which we never had before pandemic, and we rediscovered ourselves that even during the pandemic, through the virtual activity, how you can create awareness which people are longing and people are looking for. So this great opportunity we had during the pandemic, and it was very successful and very much appreciated. And it is continuing actually. Every week, almost every month, 2-3 programs like that. And it is in high demand and people appreciate it a lot.
Yes, lately all the activities have moved into virtual platforms online, and I think we never saw how beneficial that could be until this pandemic has started, especially that a lot of people have been depressed, definitely, and they do need help, they do need these courses to be able to be connected to the outside world while they stay at home. So what's IMA's activities with the Ministry of Awqaf? We see that there's we could say a big partnership between these two things?
Yes, of course, yes. Ministry of Awqaf and Islamic Affairs in Kuwait, we are again very much thankful to Kuwait government and Kuwait society, and particularly Ministry of Awqaf and Islamic Affairs.
Yes.
They have given us a lot of freedom, a lot of encouragement, and forum and opportunity to use their logo to conduct various activities. So we conduct Islamic and religious educational awareness classes in 30 places in Kuwait in masjids. So Awqaf has given us permission to conduct this.
Yes.
Also, Awqaf has given us permission to conduct, khutbah, which is Friday sermon in Kuwait in various languages. When come to classes, we conduct it in various Indian languages, so that it may reach to educated, semi-educated, less educated, uneducated people. So this is all we appreciate.
It could cover really all segments of the society.
Correct, yes. It's a various segment. So this is really a great thing with the Ministry of Awqaf, that they have initiated this role and given us opportunity and encourages us also to conduct this. And also one more thing we conduct is summer Islamic classes. A lot of people, they don't travel in summer, and their children, they want some activity. So we conduct summer Islamic classes under the banner of Ministry of Awqaf, which is very much popular as well. And due to high demand from 2021, we are starting Saturday Islamic classes for children who are very much interested to learn every week. And this is also under the banner of Ministry of Awqaf. So Ministry of Awqaf and Islamic Affairs has encouraged us, supported it every time, and through their banner we are considered as one of the very active community in Kuwait, conducting various activities using the banner of Ministry of Awqaf and Islamic Affairs.
That's great, especially that you guys are focusing on education, which we can really benefit from now that we have a lot of free time. Sharfuddin, thank you so much for all the information. Do you have any final words or advice for the Indian community here in Kuwait, especially when it comes to Hala February?
Thank you, Rita. Very beautiful questions you asked.
Thank you.
As a major community in India, in Kuwait, which is almost 1 million people living in Kuwait, it's our responsibility that we have to do everything to prevent the spread of this pandemic.
Yes.
So we have to follow the regulations given by Ministry of Health and the authorities in Kuwait, that we have to do our level best. Our message to Indian community in particular is always wear masks and maintain social distancing, avoid gatherings.
Yes.
And Indian community like gatherings, especially. Virtual platform is a beautiful platform, it can be utilized. And also when we are safe, we are healthy, and we feel ourselves that in a better position, there are a lot of needy people around. Identify them and help them. This is very much required. And focus on yourself, remain yourself safe and keep your family safe and keep your kith and kins and people nearby safe. Then also we have a responsibility towards Indian community and non-Indian community and Kuwait society in general. We have to feel that responsibility, and we have to do it in such a way that people have enough entertainment also, but in a virtual platform without spreading the pandemic more.
Which is really important.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And thank you for all the amazing work IMA is doing here in Kuwait, and good luck with all future activities.
Thank you, Rita. Thank you very much. And thank you for giving this opportunity. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you. Dear viewers, we had with us Sharfuddin Sufi, the Vice President of Indian Muslim Association. And now we're going to be viewing a report on the heart's condition with COVID-19.